Alright, what is good, everyone? We are here live with the winners finals of the DuelistGroundz Championship Series, Lucas versus Jazz. Jazz winning the rock, paper, scissors, opting to go first. All that's happened so far is Lucas on his turn summoned a Shining Angel and attacked into Jazz's single back row, and now he passed back to Jazz. And Jazz will take another turn and pass. This turn opting to use the Sakuretsu. Interesting that he took 1400 before doing that. But not too out of the ordinary. Jazz with an Azure Priest, pretty good card in this matchup. Unfortunately for Jazz, hitting into Koichi instead of an Angel. Now both these players just going to draw and pass. Alright, so both of them taking their turns developing their board. Now Jazz is going to start exerting some defensive pressure. Lucas setting across a set, never liked doing that. Never liked to have to do that, I should say. Jazz with a set Heavy Storm. Probably going to get him a fair bit of value here. He's still got the Azure Priest, so training Goat for Lucas is meaningless. And pretty much only just tells Jazz that he can't use a Recruiter effect this turn. Jazz firing off Graceful Charity. Looks like he's not going to have the Serpent, but he does have an Air Knight Parshath to discard to set up for later plays. If that was a Faith, maybe he might get to resolve a Double Charity. Element across Tsukuyomi, okay, fair bait. Oh, and Jazz's set is the Azure Priest, nice. Yeah, so this play will definitely work out in Jazz's favor. He's gonna end up clearing Lucas's board of tokens and passing with 8 cards total? Yeah, 8 cards. He'll set something and then the Azure Priest will go back to his hand. Lucas will be drawing to 7. Certainly a strong swing for Jazz, although he's going to have to do a little more to actually pull ahead in life points. Okay. Certainly not ideal for Lucas here. He needs to deal with that Parshath, but he's just setting back row. He really would have preferred to have a Sorcerer there. Oh, what's up, people? Looks like
Hey.
Mascis and Masha just joined.
Who are we commentating on?
I'm watching Jazz and Lucas right now. Winners
Oh,
finals.
they already started?
Yeah, they started.
Still game 1?
Still game 1. Jazz ending up with a lot of advantage after that play, and can only imagine that's going to lead. That's just going to snowball for him. God, he says something too. That's so unfair.
Probably like merchant, right?
Yeah, either merchant or faith. Although he did set Azura earlier.
Could be like Sanguine. I'm taking a look at both players' deck lists right now, just trying to get some options.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Alright, so here's a BLS.
Yeah, Lucas finally gets a Chaos Monster. He pretty much opened the game with a Dark and a Light Engrave, but kind of just didn't do anything with him.
That's a value DD Warrior Lady, I think.
Ooh, yeah. Ugh.
How many turns in is this game?
Maybe like 5, 6. It's still pretty early.
It's a Gatling Dragon, Neato, Burrito.
Gatling Dragon with Chaos Sorcerer would be game if Jazz had absolutely nothing. Oh, does he
It probably has something.
a ring, right? Because if the 2600 connects, then he can ring for game.
Figured it was definitely like a go down.
Yeah, Jazz's first go to the game there. Luke is kind of baiting it out pretty well now. He gets to use Gatling Dragon's effect in main phase 2.
If he hits all 3, he's a master.
Ah, Commentator's Curse.
That's what I wanted to happen.
It's relevant too, because Jazz now has exactly 1 token for meta.
Interesting that Lucas set the storm.
He probably got jealous because Jazz set Storm earlier and resolved it. And he didn't want, oh yeah, there's the ring we know he has.
I mean, like, there's a fine reason to still do that to, you know, like, set your storm there, because you know that they don't have storms, so you could try to, like, bluff it out there. It's just unfortunate that that card was a dust. There's the ring. Pretty sneaky, sis.
Good duel. Alright, Jazz taking game 1 here.
Yeah, ring's like one of these cards that's like extremely swingy, but still, when it just like wins you the game like this, it's obnoxious.
I mean, it's kind of like having a Megamorph that is also just a burn card and a destruction card and a bunch of other things. Because, like, if you have BLS and Ring and they just don't have anything, you just do 6,000 to them, right? And if they, I don't know, paid for double duo or just took 2,000.
Yeah, it's like the fact that Ring also burns them for damage is just kind of absurd, because it's just a card that reads most of the time, like, kill something.
Right. And with the errata, you do notice that is the part that they nerfed, the burn damage.
Right,
so
right,
they
right.
made the player take it first, so like you can't ring for a draw, you just kill yourself. And they made it so that you can't ring for game.
So Luke is starting off with power here.
Ooh yeah, pot of greed and delinquent duo. Duo hitting some.
So Jazz chose to discard Heavy Storm.
Yeah. You gotta imagine he's got at least a breaker or like an MST and a dust in hand.
Sounds right. That and like maybe a Faith, because it's like, okay, well I can burn this storm and then just get it back with Faith.
Yeah, that too.
I mean,
that too. Or he could just be setting up for a future Faith.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
that's
might
what I
not
was gonna
have it now,
say.
but just, alright, this is my best spell. Let me just discard this, I'll get it back. And he'll have played into it. Yeah, like on turn 1, you definitely still prefer to have a Nobleman across out over a Heavy Storm.
So like He sided in Mimics here.
Yeah, this is his new plan for Angel Chaos. He boards in Mimics, 2 Dark Mimics, over, let me see. He takes out DD Warrior Lady and something else.
Seems awkward. I'm not a big fan of siding this card in, especially like when you know the public deck list here. It's like, oh, so I'm going to like side this card in, and if I use my knock on like their own Mimic, then now my cards that I sided in are just banished.
Yeah, and I think that that also has to do with Jazz's decision. I think because I think if I understand correctly, one of the things he's hoping for is that he sets a Dark Mimic level 1 before his Merchant or his Faith, right? It gets knocked, and then Lucas now banishes either 1 or 2 Dark Mimics from his deck. And then like, after that, Jazz knows how many he's got in hand.
But like, if he's seeing that, right? Like he's siding in this Dark Mimic card for like cards that aren't as good, and if you look at like Lucas's deck list, he could just be like siding these Mimics out for Gravekeeper stuff.
That's true, and I'm not sure if Jazz has noticed that yet, or that that's kind of like a common strategy for Angel players. I mean, I've done that myself a lot. You set out Mimics, you set out your third meta, and bring in Spies.
That was like the smoke screen strategy that Chris employed. That he was playing like Angel Chaos, Angel Tomato, like recruiters and stuff, and then just sided into Go Control.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah. And it's it's super original list. Interesting here that it seems that Lucas opted not to side in the Spies, even though he's going first and he's playing against Go Control. I feel like against 2 Parshath deck.
Yeah, it seems like you want Spies in this matchup, mainly because you could like they want to resolve their flip effect. So if you resolve Guard, you can just keep them off from doing that.
Yeah, Guard is just so good. Let's see if Lucas can find something with Charity here. That's his 3rd Trinity piece of the game. Kind of looking like we'll have a game 3.
Maybe. I mean,
never want to call it too early though.
I think even though like he has more cards, I think Jazz still might be like ahead in tempo.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's a BLS too.
Yeah, here's a BLS. Maybe this can put Lucas back in the driver's seat. Ooh,
yeah, that's a good one. See, like we said, he was setting up for the Faith, so
he sees the Faith go and then instantly sets another backer. Like, nope, not getting heavy next turn. Jazz turtling up.
Interesting. I'm just looking at the side decks that every side deck now has some amount of Nico Money King.
Yes, sir.
Did any? I don't know the. I know there's only the 8 entrants, but like, did anyone bring empty jar or no?
No empty jar. I think
everyone brought fair decks.
I think everyone brought fair decks. Even the people that brought unfair decks during the lives. Because like Lucas was on Cat for the one that he won.
Right.
But obviously he's playing a more real deck.
I find it interesting that no one chose to play Thunder Dragon Chaos.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
Mainly because Thunder Dragon is not a real card.
I don't know, Thunder Dragon seemed pretty real last autumn. But nowadays, myself included, everyone seems to just have switched over.
Was a really hot topic over the past couple months, like which Chaos Control variant was better.
Lolly won out of losers, right?
Yes, Lolly is now waiting for the loser here in losers finals.
Okay, cool.
He says he hopes Big P, aka Morphing Jar, is watching him.
I hope so too, wherever he is.
He is with us.
In the ether.
Call the Hunter for Morphing. Ooh, shit.
It's a pretty good play.
Lucas does have stuff to stop this. He could have an MST, a Ring of Destruction, And pretty much nothing else.
Well, he did it during the end phase, so just pass basically. It might be a dust tornado.
Oh god, Lucas lets it resolve. This is going to be huge.
I mean, unless he just has like solemn judgment. Doesn't. I see his list.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That said, Jazz is still at 300 life.
So Jazz had to set here, which doesn't really, like, I don't know. He's really hoping to draw BLS, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Snatch will do it. I mean, Lucas had nothing for that entire sequence with these two.
Well, I mean, like, we know that he doesn't have Just then. So these are, it's probably like a goat or something.
And like a book.
It could be, yeah. Oh, that's a good one to set.
But I think Jazz is going to be able to... Ooh, okay, so Jazz opting to target the set. I think that's interesting. Lucas booking. Not sure about that.
Yeah, because, the second one, that's crazy.
Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Either the second one or a Snatch would just totally screw over Lucas here.
Well, I think he was definitely trying to bait him out.
It just seems so weird to target the set monster first.
Like, I figured he could have had both, because if he's targeting the set monster there,
Right.
that or just like another out to it. Like, I think what he wanted to do was meta the first one, take the down card, then meta the second one, take the BLS and attack.
Right.
But this works just as well. Did Lucas use Heavy Storm?
Not yet. So that
No.
is
Okay, so that jar is like extremely risky.
Oh yeah. Lucas sitting pretty exactly 6,000 life ahead, and like any hit'll do it. His
I mean,
ring
he's
is
thinking here, so he didn't have. Okay, he didn't have the Heavy Storm, but he does have MST. He's just thinking about what to hit. Makes sense to hit Snatch. I don't know if he actually declared the target yet, but
yeah, I can only imagine a Snatch.
wait,
What?
so he
What are we doing here?
unless he's got another trick here. Like, I mean, he definitely has another trick then, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
like
he has 12.
oh, he says the one that isn't Magician of Faith. So the one
Yeah, so the one that isn't attached to Tear.
right, and that is face down. And that'll be game.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, we're going to game 3 here.
Yeah, then that makes sense because, like, you just want to attack in.
Yeah, that way he gets, like, the perfect game shot. Let's see what Jazz can do in this game 3.
He's gonna Trinity him right back.
Yeah, that's the rule, right? What goes around comes around.
I mean, Jess complaining that he got Trinity there, but then, like, he gave his opponent the out with Morphing Jar. I mean, he was in a tricky spot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you have to live by the Morphing Jar and die by the Morphing Jar if you're going to play it.
Pretty much. So trading Torrential for Tribe Infecting Virus seems
Yeah, well,
seems a little yikes.
Is he? I guess he's like really afraid to knock, like because he has the potting greed, so he probably figures like Lucas will knock.
This is why I always just knock first.
Oh God. If that's Serpent again, Lucas is gonna feel pretty dumb.
It probably is.
Maybe not.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, he could have Air Knight, so... Like, MSD Air Knight here is pretty good.
Right. Yeah, it's true, like, what can go wrong? No Air Knight leaving the set monster down. Is it going to be another
it's Morphing Jar.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Kind of weird.
Oh, both Air Knights were in the grave. In the hand.
Lucas losing his Heavy Storm.
And Mirror Force.
Never
Pretty
like
nuts.
to see that.
Oh, that's not weird. If he has, like, Premature or something, does he play? Yeah. Premature, like, Call would be pretty crazy.
Oh, I see. Double Parshath. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was kind of getting double Parshath vibes when he set the Serpent with Torrential turn 1.
He at least had to have, like, one. See, when I play Morphing Jar, I always play it and, like, have BLS in my hand at the same time, and just, like, no action. So I have to set my Morphing Jar and just, like, pass on
Lose
ever
your BLS.
wanting to play BLS. I should start playing Warrior Returning Alive. I think that'd be sick.
This is why you just play Cyber Jar instead. Then you just add a bunch of Chaos Monsters to your hand and kill them.
The biggest problem with Cyber Jar is that it's a card, like, you have to resolve on your turn.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when they attack into it. Sometimes you kind of just die.
That and, like, you can give your opponent, like, free cards, which is...
Well, like, I think a lot of it's either, like, you're winning with, like, killing them with a combo, or, like, you're resolving Cyber Jar, summoning a bunch of crazy monsters, and drawing, like, these really good cards, so, like, your opponent just dies. Like, you clear their board with it, too, so...
Right.
Yeah, it's got its niche situations.
I can't believe
It's
Lucas
neat.
is back in this now.
Well, that's what Morphing Jar does.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's very much a double-edged sword.
Yes, figured he had something, like, Call or Premature there.
A lot of the time, Morphing Jar can be like throwing a grenade into a room and just hoping that it hits the one guy that you need to kill. And the room's like an entire convention center of Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Wow, the sets on this guy is crazy. Like, he should attack him with no fear, doesn't care if he has goats down.
Bet Lucas has something for the Air Knight, but not for anything else.
Yeah, seems right, and we're right. Thinking about booking it. Unless he started in his 7 tools of the bandit.
Somehow I don't think this is a good matchup for that card. Perhaps Jazz disagrees.
I mean, Jazz still has to be careful, even though he's got rid of Heavy, he's got rid of, like, Mirror Force. Yeah, there's a Graceful here. Like, cards like this can, like, bring Lucas back in the game.
Yeah, definitely. He never got like a solid knock on a Faith on Lucas' side either. So like, it's not like that Heavy Storm is entirely off the table. He's got 4 set monsters, and he can still get blown out by Torrential Tribute if he tries to flip this Parshaft back up a little too aggressively. I mean, it's basically 50-50 whether or not he has it.
I mean, like he just discarded Sanguine off of Charity.
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, it could be like a play where he's like, I'm gonna discard Sanguine here and make him think that I don't have Torrential because I would have like Torrentialed already. And there's another Morphing Jar that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, like, it would suck if Jazz got Torrentialed here, but he's not like out of it. Oh, well, he top deck's heavy, so never mind.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The consolation book.
Gaining something.
Chain for the
Ceasefire would be excellent there.
God, yeah, I know, right?
And that's game.
Should be game. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you can summon it.
Ah, no darks.
Just solid too, actually.
Ah! Oh my god, now what's Jess gonna do? He's gotta lose his BLS to a Morphing Jar. And if he does it now, he's going to next turn.
Yeah, this match is really like highlighting the potency of Morphing Jar.
It's one of the biggest cards in the format.
And the fact like that Chaos decks like can't really effectively main deck it is big.
Yeah, Morphing Jar is definitely an important weapon in the war on between Goats and Chaos on Goat's side. Because like not only is it like a unique card to Goats, but it also works particularly well against Chaos because they have those sort of
like,
BLSs.
Like, this is fine because he can just like flip Faith here, knock. Let me try to do some math.
Yeah, can he get game off?
That's 2,000 damage, 40 or 39. So he needs something with 20. He needs at least 2,000, right? No, 39 and 1,014. He needs something with 14, right?
So yeah, and now Jazz kind of wishes he plays Shining Angels.
Well, I mean, like, he still can get Breaker. He can get DD Worry Lady, Tribe.
Could have he already used Premature, right? Alright, so
Yeah.
he's not gonna have another Parshaft.
He's most likely to draw, like, a Tsukiyomi at the least. But he hasn't used Ring yet, so he could also just get Ring.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, he just needs to do the math and like recognize that he only needs 14 points of damage here. Yeah, it's just like sometimes like the simplest line of play is the most correct.
Neither of them banishing any Decoy Cheese. Yeah, looks like he's firing off the Morphing Jar. He just needs.
He might already have like a Breakers. I mean, well, okay, no, he had the Sinister. We knew that.
He's certainly getting through a lot of Lucas's good cards. Lucas also had a Snatch Shield.
Come on, Jazz, just summon a monster and attack.
Where is it? Where is it?
If you like didn't draw a monster, it's pretty crazy, right?
Or a Ring.
Wow. All right.
Lucas has 2 books left in deck. Jazz can also be like no Snatch, no Heavy, so like he's not just gonna die next turn, most likely.
Yeah, but even if he has like Tsukiyomi or whatever, like he should have just summoned Tsukiyomi and at least and like put Faith down.
Right, because it's more, and it puts Lucas below like duo range and a bunch of other stuff.
And Lucas hasn't like played his BLS either.
Yeah,
And he could
BLS
go.
would be,
He could go Stork and BLS.
BLS would be 5,000 on its own. Okay, there's.
Yeah, he should have. I think he drew it off at Air Knight, but
Right. That would be what made sense.
man, I can't believe he didn't draw like one of his like just I win the game here monsters. And here's a Sork. Oh no, he doesn't
He's
have
going
it.
in. Deeper. He's really gonna go for damage here? I feel like that was kind of a loose attack. Yeah, and Lucas scooping it up. Wow.
Awkward.
All right, so Jazz going to winner's side of grand finals, 2-1.
I mean, Lucas isn't out of it yet. He's still got Lolly.
Yeah, now Lucas will drop to losers finals to play Lolly, and this will really set the pace for the rest of the tournament, I think.
Yeah, looking at the deck list here, Lolly's main decking creature swaps, which is like pretty awkward because he's just gonna like get swapped for like a goat or something, or like if they trade like angels or something,